the ability to play at home for everyone is just is magnified. And I thought early tonight, I didn't think we were sharp defensively for what we wanted to try to do. And then I thought in the second quarter we really stepped it up, figured things out, what we wanted to get done. Going into the game, we knew we needed to keep them off the free throw line. We were able to do that, I thought, in the first half. I thought also in the first half, Slajana gave us as big a lift as we could have had. I think that's by far her best game in a Wyoming uniform. She just played within our system, took the opportunities that were there for her to be able to have 13 points, be perfect from the floor, perfect from the free throw line. I was pleased that she shot the three because we've worked on that a great deal with her, because before all she ever wants to do is get to the basket. And so I thought, more importantly, her defense really ignited things. You take a look at it, she had 3 steals, and I thought really did a good job out there defensively. Taylor Rusk is just Taylor Rusk, just nice and quietly, goes out there, goes 5 of 7, does her job defensively, and once again has 5 assists on 0 turnovers. So she's really taking care of the ball, looking for people, making great decisions. And all in all, as I said, we got better as the game went on. In the third quarter, to start it, we talked about coming out and setting the tempo. I thought we rushed 3 threes, came up empty, put San Diego State to the foul line, and then I think we settled back down and really worked the ball around and took the shot we needed. And then I was very pleased in the fourth quarter. When you take a look at the minutes here, we only had 2 players play over 20 minutes, and that was Carla and Taylor. Everybody else was under 20 minutes, but I thought in the fourth quarter, the team that was in there ran the offense. That's important. Once again, still to do the right things, gives everybody some tape to look at. It's always important to get film for everyone. They pay a little more attention when they're in the film room and on film. And so there's some things we have to learn from.
I know you weren't thrilled with the defense on Saturday. I guess overall, how would you rate this today?
Overall, I was very happy. Overall, when you take a look at it, we had to get better than letting people score in the mid-40s field goal percentage-wise. And I just thought the first 5-6 minutes, I didn't think we were sharp in the decisions we wanted to make. We were just kind of, and we were rushing the ball. I know we want to transition, but we were looking to run before we even had the basketball. And I thought we settled down, but all in all, good defensive effort.
With Slajana, does it really feel like she's starting to settle in, now that this is her third really game?
That, and more importantly, practice. She's been able to get on the practice court. I know we had a great practice the last 2 days. In fact, we put a lot of work in defensively. And when we break things down, Slajana had the head coach watching her defensively, because I think she can really be a great defensive player. And so I wanted to make sure that she knew that she was being watched every second she was in that practice session. And I thought she showed it again tonight. But she's just starting to feel more comfortable in the offense, and that's the biggest thing, specifically in the motion offense. You really need to practice it to be any good at it. And she's been sitting for 4 months, and I just think she's not trying to do too much. Just take what's there, and you're seeing the results offensively.
Joe, you mentioned, that little bit of a slow start in the third quarter, but then Carla just kind of comes in and just kind of, well, not come in, but she just kind of took that game over, kind of got you back on the right track.
Yeah, she really did. She was going to be in a position to be able to shoot the ball, and she's a good shooter. And when I take a look at her numbers, I think she ended up closing out the first half 2 for 3. And so you think about that beforehand, she was 3 for 9 in the first half, and I think she's probably 1 for 7. So for her to finish out at 7 for 16, she really had a good close of the half and into the second half, and she just gets more and more confident. And then we ended up running quite a bit of our offensive set with the ball in her hands to have her make some decisions. Some of the decisions we'll talk about, and then some of the decisions she made great plays on, but that's the learning experience for a freshman.
You've played a lot of close games. How nice has it been to kind of finally get some breathers these last 2 and have the team and yourself and the staff really enjoy and watch this team
Yeah, it's been really, it's a little more enjoyable for a coach, but I know that sometimes I'm as intense because I want it to be done properly each and every time with each and every player. And so we were talking about even in the last 10 minutes, I thought the team executed really well. What's more important for me is that everybody gets an opportunity to play, and that usually does not happen. And so when I take a look tonight and you see Tiana almost played a quarter, Tommy gets a quarter, Lise gets a quarter, that's important because they work really hard in practice and they really push the starters. And so from that standpoint, I'm happy, as well as to give players a rest. Sometimes you're trying to find rest wherever you can get it, and to be able to have Marta play 15 minutes tonight, Bailey play 19 minutes, that's very important for us moving forward. I also thought Clara had as good a game defensively for us tonight, and that was really important. She made some really good plays that don't show up on a stat sheet, but definitely a coach notices. Watching the game, and then in film tomorrow, she'll be really happy to get the news how well she played.